everybody, I'm Jammer, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. With the 1.10 update that just barely came out, comes of course another new update, Datamine. Some people have taken a look at the code that's come with this new Datamine and broke down all the new stuff that's going to be coming along down the road, in addition to potentially new stuff that might be coming in a later update. As we've talked about these things before, none of this is totally confirmed. This is more speculation than anything. Any and all of the features that we talk about are just hints towards things they're potentially working on, and there's nothing confirmed that'll actually be coming to the game. So don't get too crazy with all your hopes and stuff, but it is still fun to take a look at and see what kind of things could be coming in a later update to the game. But anyways, before we get into all that, if you are new here, perhaps consider subscribing. It's free. You can't change your mind later though, because that's the rules. But if you do, you can expect tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. We have a lot of fun here on the channel, and like I've said before, if you subscribe, you'll be cool. That's just how it works. So thanks for listening to all that. Without further ado, let's get started. So like I mentioned up top, this is the 1.10 update. It brought all the stuff that we saw in the trailer, you know. I guess actually, shoot, it wasn't a trailer. My bad. In the Twitter announcement, you know, they updated with the new May Day tickets. There's the update coming to the Museum Day tour, you know, adding the art museum and such. There's also, of course, the new stuff coming with Wedding Day, which we'll talk about a lot of that here in the Datamine notes. So it's gonna go chronologically and go through everything that has been found. Okay, so like we said, the new May Day tour, the new maze, similar to last year, etc., etc. With this update, there's also some references to some new held items. And I'll put on screen the acronyms for each of the new held items. They all, man, it's hard to say what some of these are. C-Nut could be like, you know, maybe like a coconut drink that you could like hold in your player character's hand and like drink. That could come maybe later as like a new seasonal item. TRWL, maybe that's like a towel or something. But remember, these are all held items, so maybe it's like just like a little rag, I don't know. PITC, maybe like a picnic basket or something. SPNR could be some sort of like, I mean, it probably references like spinning, so maybe like, I don't know, we already have the pinwheel, but something else that can, like a little toy that can spin. One that stands out pretty obvious being COCA, being maybe like the Coca-Cola can that we've seen like, you know, your villagers hold and stuff. But it's hard to decipher what some of these acronyms might be reference to of what these new holding items might be. But if you have any ideas what these might be, definitely let me know in the comments below if you have any ideas of what any of these could maybe be. But it's cool to see that there's gonna be some new stuff, new toys, new stuff to play with. These will probably be just like new seasonal items you can get from the Nook shopping catalog, or potentially stuff that comes with some of the later updates coming to the holidays and stuff. Just other fun stuff to play with. Another thing found in the Datamine is a new collision type being called floor_downer center. This has been attached to the new Nuptial bell item, that big towering bell thing that they already showed off for the Wedding Day update being one of the new features. But this collision type means you can basically place items underneath the bell. So basically what the bell is like the platform, the podium at the bottom, even though it's like flush with the ground, is gonna kind of stand in as if it's like a tabletop, you know, where you can put like smaller accessory items on top of it. But in this case, it'll be lower to the ground, which I think is really cool. You can be able to make like little shrines and stuff, maybe put like a basket of flowers there, maybe put a fish that you really love there or something. I think it's really fun to see Animal Crossing experiment with these kind of different kind of furniture items that can interact differently when the stuff we've seen already in the game. You know, kind of like what we've seen before with the floating block, the floating Mario block, where you can put items on top of that. Pretty cool. The category of items considered accessories has now been relabeled to equipment. I'm not sure what that really means necessarily for us players. Could be just in organization purposes for back-end kind of stuff. But it also could enable more stuff coming like that later down the road, more equipment type stuff that can be equipped by your player. There's a new line of code, the door Deco. It says like message fabric parts. I'm not sure what this totally means, because when I see fabric parts, I think maybe it's like more customization stuff you can get from Sable. But when it says door Deco, I mean, obviously, like I think more house customization, like maybe new house customization options or something. Or maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe it'll be like a new house customization thing you can put on the front of a door, but you can use like a custom pattern or something like that. There's also what looks to be some evidence of fence customization. We've talked about this plenty of times before, and we've seen before in the previous E3 footage before the game came out, we saw different fence colors. Like we saw the white picket fence, we saw like the more yellow colored bamboo fence versus green. And this is something a lot of players wanted for the longest time. Like, for example, I love the iron fence. I love its like silhouette, how thin it is and stuff, but the blue is a little aggressive, right? Can you imagine if it was like a black or a gray or some other neutral color? It'd be so much more versatile for your designs and stuff. And this is something a lot of players have wanted to see happen. Now, like I said, this is just slight evidence that they're still working on some sort of idea of like providing some fence customization. Again, nothing is totally confirmed, but it could be something we could see later coming down the road. In addition to that, there's also been evidence, again, talking about the third floor museum upgrade. We've talked about this for now almost over a year when we got the first April update last year. The evidence here in the code is just an optimization to what some of the lines that have been already written. Like I said before, we've already seen evidence of a third floor upgrade coming to the museum long time ago. And so, like, it's been being put off for so long now. Like, who knows if it's actually ever going to come, if it's something they're just working on the side, or if it's something we could later see in, like, a really bigger update. To kind of recap what this third floor museum thing is what originally they talked about is potentially that once, you know, the second floor is the art museum, right? And then on either side, there'll be 2 staircases, left and right. One staircase would theoretically lead up to a third floor museum cafe, where potentially Brewster would return. I said it, the sacred name, Brewster, oh my god! And then the other side of the museum third floor could potentially be some sort of museum gift shop with some sort of curator, potentially a new character, just kind of selling little museum trinkets and whatnot. Again, like I said, this is no confirmation of anything. Like, don't get your hopes up. This happens all the time where developers do work on an experiment with ideas and like see potentially where things can go, but there's no confirmation of anything happening here. It just, the only proof here is that there is still some work on it, so that means they're still playing with the idea. The idea is not technically dead yet, as far as we can tell. But again, I would wait till official confirmation before you get any sort of hopes up of some sort of brand new character curating the museum gift shop, or let alone the idea of Brewster coming back to the game. I just don't, this is a side tangent, but I just don't get why people want Brewster so bad, thinking that what, he's just gonna like save the game, make the game indefinitely better than it is now, increase so much replay value to the game just because some new shop's added? Like, I'm sorry, to whoever those people are, like, you are getting your hopes up drastically more than you should be for something that is so wildly simple to be added to the game. It's, I hate to say it, but if Brewster, this cafe thing, whatever, if it's ever actually added to Animal Crossing, I expect a lot of people to be very underwhelmed, to realize, wow, all you do is buy a little coffee and it doesn't do anything? Wow, that's crazy. Oh my god. I don't mean to get too off topic. Sure, they can change it, make some things different, but people talk about it like Brewster's the second coming, and he's gonna change the game, basically make this Animal Crossing New Horizons 2. Really, he's just a character that sells you coffee. Like, let's just level some expectations if he comes back at all. Anyways, moving down the list, this doesn't help at all what I just barely talked about, but there has been some tweaking to potentially how the camera is going to work in said cafe, if the cafe is coming at all. So let's just move on past that so we don't keep getting people's hopes up. There's also been some dialogue changes that may change the conversation flow when you talk to crafting villagers, whether it's just new dialogue in general, or perhaps maybe you can actually say, hey, I don't want this DIY at all, and they can just keep it, which would be kind of nice, because honestly, I have so many DIYs now that I don't need these duplicates anymore. Thank you very much. Also been some changes to the, about the stamp rally, how the camera is going to be affected, specifically in the art museum. This is really no-brainer, but when you would interact with the stamp podium during the museum day holiday, the camera would kind of like zoom in and have like a specific effect where, like, you know, the little stamp book would come up and play the stamp. This is basically just showing that the camera is being worked on to do that as well in the art exhibit. Really no news there. And then finally, moving on to the wedding day stuff, there's a lot of new items. Like the Twitter post talked about, some of the new clothing is going to be available in the Able Sisters shop, up and coming within the month of the wedding season. There's also going to be some new items redeemable in the Nook shopping catalog as well. Like we talked about before, the Noop Little Bell that has the 3 color variants. There's also a cute little ring pillow and such. In addition to some little snacks and food, a new customizable door plate, so a lot of kind of the stuff we already expected anyways. There's also a new flower shower tool. So basically what this tool has kind of been set up, it'd be like something your player can equip, and this new tool allows you to like throw petals, like a petal toss, as if, like, you know, as someone's walking down the aisle, you could throw flowers. It's probably very similar to like the bean toss thing, except you're gonna be holding like a little basket, and you'll be able to throw the flowers like across, and they'll like flutter down, and like that's kind of cute, right? This will be another tool item that we can get during the wedding day season. But anyways, that's about everything for the 1.10 Animal Crossing New Horizons Datamine. Some pretty simple stuff, nothing groundbreaking, but there is some stuff at least worth talking about, you know, the new tools and stuff, the already confirmed like flower petal basket that'll come with wedding day, the potential evidence of fence customization, as well as still talking about the 3rd floor museum upgrade that could be maybe coming later down the road. We'll see. Again, don't get your hopes up too crazy. It could be something just work on the side. Who knows? I don't want to spread misinformation that way, but there is some evidence that they're still doing some minor changes and updates to some sort of idea of this museum upgrade. But what do you think about this new update and the potential new stuff to come later down the road? When do you think we might see this stuff? What else are you hoping to come to the game? Let me know that in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big awesome like, and if you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. As a reminder, we do stream this game every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on YouTube Live. That's both Saturdays and Sundays. Be sure to follow me over on my socials to keep up with everything new in regards to the channel, as well as join our community Discord. It's a great place to find friends to play Animal Crossing with, and I highly encourage you to check that out. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!